We're nowhere near the sea. Go away. Yeah, that's not bad. They've certainly got a nice root system. They're not pot bound or anything, but it's nice to get them in. So, oh, trips up. Oh, had I not recorded it? Oh, you dumpling. Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. It's Sunday the 16th of April and I've got a few bits and pieces to do around the garden, so I thought I'd take you along with me. Excuse the seagulls if you can hear them. There's a flock of seagulls up there making a bit of a noise. We're nowhere near the sea. Go away. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pot on these tomatoes. Now, these have been grown inside in a little propagator that had quite a domed lid with a light in it, but they're still a bit leggy, to be fair, but it's okay because I'm going to plant them nice and deep in the pot that I'm going to transplant them into, and I'm going to take them back indoors to let them strengthen up a bit before I then bring them out into the polytunnel. So I've got some multi-purpose compost here and I've mixed some vermiculite through it and some small pots, 9cm pots, and I'm going to transplant the tomatoes in. Actually, there's two varieties of tomato here. We've got burlesque hybrid and cherry falls, and I've got another 3 varieties in the house that I've already transplanted. And actually the last lot here are peppers, sweet peppers called popti. They're much smaller, so I'll maybe just leave them. I'll take them back indoors and let them grow on a bit before I transplant them. I maybe could transplant them now, they're teeny tiny, but I'll maybe just leave them another few days. But these other ones are just far too long. So, nice and easy to do, usually. Let's just scoop out the first cell here. I actually put a few seeds in each of these cells. And look how long that is. Can you see it? So, and I've got quite a lot of them, but we'll see how we go with them. Let's just pop some compost in here. It's not the best compost, but it'll do. And then I will make a nice hole, get one of my seedlings, handle it with the seed leaves, of course, rather than the stem, and then plonk it in as deep as I possibly can. That's still quite leggy. There we go. One done, quite a few to go. I don't think I'll pot all of these on. I don't need that many tomatoes, but I do like to have a few spares, just in case. These are quite long. Okay, I won't have you with me for the entirety of this or you'll get absolutely bored, but once I'm finished I'll bring you back and let you see how they are. Right, that is 2, 4, 6, 8 of the cherry falls and 6 of the burlesque hybrid. The burlesque hybrid's a large, fairly large tomato. Cherry falls is a tumbling tomato, I think, yes. So I'm going to take these indoors now, give them a light watering and keep them in a nice bright windowsill and let them recover from the shock of being transplanted. And yeah, I'll keep you posted as to how they are doing. As for the peppers, I'm going to get these back indoors actually, because they are very small, and I'll just grow them on a little bit before I transplant them. And same rules will apply. Put them into small pots, make sure I keep them indoors nice and cosy to get over the transplant shock, and then bring them out into the polytunnel, assuming it's continuing to be nice and warm during the day and at night. We don't have any. I think the lowest we're going in the next couple of weeks is about 5 at night, something like that, and that's outside. It'll be a bit warmer, slightly warmer in the polytunnel, but still a little bit cool for them, so I'll keep them cosseted for a little while. So these are some things that I have been growing in the polytunnel, and some things haven't, aren't, well, most isn't ready to transplant or be put out yet. But you can see from here we've got dill, little dill plants there, Russian tarragon just starting to come through. There's a wee tiny one there. Borage, and borage is what I'm going to actually be transplanting now. And then there's some Swiss chard here, still tiny, courgette, Primula F1, that's not a courgette, that's a weed or something else. Nothing coming up yet, and then courgette shooting star. I think I've got one just starting there. Look a bit dry actually, and I have been on top of watering in the polytunnel, but it's been quite warm. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transplant this borage. The borage obviously is a herb, but my interest in borage, or certainly some of it, is because you can grow it, and it's recommended to grow it as a companion to strawberries. Because it deters predators where your strawberries are concerned. It can attract beneficial insects, maybe predatory insects that predate insects that you don't want around your strawberries. And it also can, well, obviously the flowers will attract pollinators, so that's 3 great reasons to grow borage next to strawberries. And also, people say that if you plant borage in with your strawberries, it can actually improve the taste of your strawberries. No idea whether that's true or not, and I haven't tried the strawberries that I'm growing, so I won't know really one way or the other, but some people say that, so it's not a bad thing. So I'm going to transplant these little borage plants. They're not going to go out yet, but I'll put them into separate pots, pop them back in the polytunnel. I'm running out of plastic pots, but I've got some of these terracotta ones that I can use. Whoops, a daisy. And again, I've got multi-purpose compost with some vermiculite through it. Just make a little hole, dig up my borage. I mean, I guess I could push it out from the bottom. Oh look, that's dry. Look, the compost is just falling off the roots. That's not great. Right, I'll pop you in there, little borage plant. Hopefully you won't mind. And that's one done. Again, I won't bore you solid watching me do them all. Okie dokie, this is going to be my brassica bed, and you can see that I've got it all prepared, got the sort of framework around it, and I used debris netting to definitely keep butterflies out. But I'm not going to be planting butterflies. I'm not going to be planting brassicas in here just yet. I am, however, you can see if we look there, and I'll bring the net up in a moment, there's actually some shallots in there, because actually alliums are quite a good companion to brassicas. So what I'm also going to do is I've got a few little red onions started from sets, and I'm going to put a row of those in here as well. So let me get this net up and I'll talk you through my thinking. I've got this cloche here. I was actually using it to protect the shallots, but initially, but they should be fine now. So I can take this away. So the idea is that I will have, let me just see what I'm looking at here. I've got a row of shallots, and then I'll put in cauliflowers next to them, and then I'll have a row of the little red onions, and then I'll have some broccoli and purple sprouting broccoli next to that. And just in case you're wondering, way in the corner there, two tiny borage seedlings. I had them left from when I was transplanting, or pricking them out into pots, and I didn't have the heart to get rid of them, but I didn't really want any more in pots to clutter up the polytunnel. So I've popped them in here for now to see if they survive. They're under the net, so that'll give them protection from you know, birds or whatever if they wanted to have a nibble, or indeed my chickens. And we'll see if they grow on there. They won't remain there. I'll put them somewhere else if they do survive, but I just popped them in there to see what would happen. Right, so I am going to leave some space here for a row of cauliflowers, and then I'm going to put in the little red onions. And I can't remember what variety they are. I'll need to look that up. And if I manage to find it, I'll pop it on the video for you. But here they are, nicely growing. Let's see what their roots are looking like. Yeah, that's not bad. They've certainly got a nice root system. They're not pot bound or anything, but it's nice to get them in. So, trips up. So I'll leave space for cauliflowers, and let's see here, I'll pop in these onions. So I'm going to do 5, I think, like that. Oops. Is that too far away? That's maybe too far away. I've been generous with the cauliflower space. I'll maybe move that one over a wee bit. There. That'll do. Look at the roots there. Wow. Right, there. Let's move those over so I know what I'm doing. And I'm just putting them in the same depth as they were in the pot. And maybe could be putting them a little closer together, but we'll see. This is fine. I've got more of these. Not quite sure where I'm putting them yet. Some of them will go in big tubs probably. Is that a straight row? Not bad. There we go. Right, so we've got shallots, we'll have cauliflower, we've got red onion, we'll have calabrese and a couple of purple sprouting broccoli at the right hand side. I won't water them because it's going to rain later today, and they were quite damp when I put them in. Okay, next door to the brassica bed, which is there, we've got this bed here, and in here I'm going to be growing things like turnip and beetroot, chard and spinach. Again, I've got some protection around it. That's more for keeping the chickens out. But I can easily, it's actually staked in with bamboo canes, so I can easily remove that so that I can get things planted and also things harvested. So let me unravel it a bit and you can see what's in here already and what I'm going to be putting in today. Right, so are you pointing in the right direction? Let's just do this. Right, again I've got a cloche on here. It's to protect some spinach that I put in far too early, but I just wanted to get something in the bed. So you should be able to see it here. There's a row, albeit a little bit winky wonky. And this is red vein, spinach red vein. Next door is a row of beetroot that I sowed direct. And you can see that I've multi-sown. There's little clumps. Some other wee things that need to get weeded out. But yeah, there's clumps of beetroot just along that drill there. And next door to that, I'm going to put in some turnip. I've got Milan purple turnip, and I've grown them in modules, multi-sown, and I'm going to put a row of them in here. They're quite young yet, but the weather's improving. They should be okay, and I'll probably put that cloche over again just to give them a little bit of protection while they settle in. So let me get them now. Here they are here. I shared a tray with some more beetroot, definitely not ready to go out, but we've got little bundles of turnip here, as I say, Milan purple, and let's pop some of those in here now. Got a few wee weeds coming up. This the top of this bed. I topped it off with soil from an old raised bed, and obviously there was some weeds lurking. Right, so we've got beetroot there. That's not beetroot. That's not beetroot. Now there's that, now there's that, now there's that, now there's that. It's a bit annoying actually. Never mind, when they grow bigger I can get them. Right, and so in here I'm going to have the turnip. There we go. So there's a little bundle of joy. It's quite a lot there. I might just dispose of a couple in the process, just so there's not too many. There we go. And let's plunk them in. There. That was a little reach. Okay. I probably should use a plumb line, but I don't. So we might end up a little bit winky wonky. There we go. Another one there. Oh. There's a couple I can dispose of. Actually, that one's broken up. Another one there. And one more. Here. Right, so that's purple Milan, turnips. Oh, these have collapsed a little bit. That's better. So, almost straight. And I think I'll just carefully just protect the beetroot and the turnip. I think the spinach will have to care for itself. There we go. Right, that's a few little jobs done this morning. Having a little coffee break now before I start doing some more. But I'll call a halt to the video for now. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you have. And any comments are gratefully received, and I will endeavour to respond to the comments as quickly as possible. But for now, I'll say bye-bye.